Well, today we're out reconning the rail trail. This is the Willapa Rail Trail from Raymond to Chehalis. We'll be doing a 50-miler, 5 days, 4 nights this summer over, I guess, the second week of August. And we need to make sure that the rail trail is in good shape and that we have the property owner's permission to camp on a couple of the sites. So that's what we're doing today to make sure all that happens. It's a beautiful day for it, and this should turn out really nice.
All right, this is the post office at Menlo, Washington. It also is a convenience store, and we all actually go to camp and then come back here, and the tradition is we all have ice cream or whatever else that you want. So this is, of course, why we suggest that you bring, 10 to 20 bucks. And then we make, this is where we actually camp. This is the Crawford farm, and out on the back side of the farm is the river. It's pretty low about time of August, but it's just a giant open field that we camp in. And usually this is space camp where we shoot off rockets. We've had telescopes out before, but you could tell on this day it was too cloudy for the telescopes. And we've also retired some flags, this being a 1948 flag. And this is the location that the campsite is on. And then we travel quickly. Now, basically, the rail trail does follow the path, generally speaking, of this road. So it does have its twists and turns. On the second day, there's a fish hatchery tour that we can go to. Just look for these signs. That's the trail right there beyond that guardrail. Just walk across the street and you come down to the Washington State Fish Hatchery.
Now, this is the fish hatchery that'll be along the tour. This is going to be on day number 2. And it's about halfway point, so a good place to come and eat lunch and take a tour of the fish hatchery. The fish ought to be, well, they're pretty small, even when we came here in August previously, but yeah, it's a cool little place to come and visit. So halfway point for the day. Like I said, nice place to come and take a cool break.
Yeah, there's some truly remarkable terrain along the trail here. And there are some parts that, well, they're very close to the water, which things tend to wash out sometimes. And this next little bit is just an example of that.
And there's where the rail trail comes in. And then it has this huge washout where it looks like there maybe was a bridge here. And now it's a culvert, and where the rail trail would begin again, but it's completely overgrown. There's at least 50 yards or so of this just completely overgrown because no one has come by through here in a while to maintain this.
And this is the back side of the location of that area. So it's really just a really quick walk around. Not a big deal. Get off the trail where that area is, walk around, and then you'll be walking right behind LaBam Elementary.
Well, this is the trail. You'd be walking up the trail coming toward me. So this is looking back down towards Raymond. And this is the property of where we'll be camping. Obviously, there's this part is going to be hayed, and this part looks like it has been mowed, but Oh, up there a little piece just beyond that little pile, and you can kind of see the light through the trees there. A lot of people go in there and camp in the trees, put up their hammocks, that kind of thing. But this is the campsite, and that tree that has all those blooms in it, there's lots of nice fruit that grows on that tree. So much that you can fill your belly and then some.
And here's a location of that site. It's a large open area. There's a big large field here by these bees nests. There's areas up near the trees. The guy that goes out there, Ken Steiger, he really keeps it up pretty nice, and pretty nice property for us. And of course, again, we do Mountain Man Camp here.
Anyway, this is night number 2, or campsite number 2, and typically this is a Mountain Man Camp, but it'll be basically whatever we would like it to be. But this is night number 2 is spent here.
And this is the location looking down the trail, the direction that it's going right now. Biggest obstacle along this path is the this huge trestle. It's a little farther down, probably 60 feet or so, and it's 16 feet across, but there is no treads on top of it. So if you're a little afraid of heights, well, hopefully you won't have too much problem. There's no way that you could even slip down in between those. But it's a beautiful, beautiful walk. A couple of bridges to go under. It's just amazing country to be hiking through. After this amazing hike, you come into PL Washington. This is a state park. It's beautifully maintained. There's bathrooms, outlets, plenty of places to camp. We usually have this as Indian camp, at least we did last time. And this is, I believe they called him Father or Great Father, and he was being introduced. He wore a button blanket. He played instruments. He sang songs. Just amazing. Naturally, being Indian camp, we had it OA Day, and we had several of the boys dress up as OA, and of course we had traditional Indian food. It was amazing.
Trail goes right underneath this bridge. It's probably one of the most dangerous bridges on this whole road, especially when you have huge semi trucks with a whole bunch of logs.
Especially when the trucks are on the bridge with you, traveling your opposite direction. And the next day, you're on Looting House Road. This is campsite number 4. Typically, or this was Cowboy Camp, the last time we camped. We had some blacksmiths out there pounding railroad spikes that the kids had found into knives. You'd be pretty lucky to find a railroad spike these days. I think they've been pretty well combed over. But both Jamie McGuire, which is pictured here, showing the kids all about how to do blacksmithing. And there's a knife that one of them built. That's David Bloomdahl there, looking at a tool that Jamie had done. That's Bob Anderson working on a railroad spike.
Is that almost as old as you?
And has a lot of fun there. Great. And day 4 also is our service project over at Rainbow Falls State Park. And they do all kinds of stuff, from helping them chop wood to cleaning up. There's all kinds of things that they did that day. And you see they're stacking poles, and whatever project that they have for us to do, we're usually there for about an hour, hour and a half. And then we go and we swim in the swimming hole for free. And that's Cowboy Camp. And here's just a couple more pictures of some of what the kids worked on as far as their projects for the state park.
Well, we just stopped off at the last stop. It's on Looting House Road. Very nice people there, Carl and Kathy. And so we're going to be camping in their field. It's just a big wide open field, so you know, not much shade in case it's hot, but there's definitely a whole bunch of water and good hospitality there. So we'll have a good time at Cowboy Camp. Usually it's pretty awesome for the last campfire program, other than the family barbecue and potluck. So had a great day. It was a beautiful drive today, and definitely looking forward to our next 50-mile adventure. This is the new bridge they just built. The old bridge got washed out by the big river when it flooded in, what was that, 07? And that is Mount Rainier in the distance. Need to check out this barn that's up here. When they put in the road, they said that there's an easement. He had to be so far off the road, so he just said, "To heck with you." He cut his barn. Instead of tearing his whole barn down, he just cut it back to where the easement was.
And at the end of the trail, all the families got together, meet back up with their youth, had a big, huge barbecue, awesome dinner. Everybody got to, just say hey to everybody and see you later. Had a good time. It is definitely a happy time. And of course, here's my smiling mug after getting all tanned up. And these two fine gentlemen came out to see us off. It was Mr. Schmidt and Mr. Smiley, and that is who I named the trail after. Those two guys originally developed the trail, and I thought it would be befitting to honor them with their names on our event patch. Walking 50 miles for anybody is not an easy task. This is no different. But I'm glad that you stayed with it and watched the video. And hopefully you come and join us on the 50 miler. We're going to have a great time. Please subscribe to my channel and share it if you would, please. I would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. You guys take care and be safe out there.